Russia has launched a fresh propaganda strike. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov torched President Zelensky, branding him a circus act. He claimed the Ukrainian leader only wants a stage to perform on, rather than a real peace deal.
Meanwhile, Zelensky is forcing everyone to continue discussing the topic of negotiations. He says, first a truce, then a meeting. No preconditions. The only intention is to put on another circus act. He wants to show how courageous he is by wearing camouflage and a beard and teaching life to President Vladimir Putin or someone else. It is important for him to shine on stage. We cannot agree to this.
Lavrov also turned his fire on Europe, accusing it of trying to push the United States into prolonging the war, making it Trump's war, just like it was Biden's war.
These Europeans have made no secret of publicly discouraging and continuing to discourage the US leadership from taking constructive action towards Russia in the context of the Ukrainian crisis. They want to push the United States back onto the slippery slope they followed under Biden, when it was Biden's war. They want to make it Trump's war, too. They make no secret of this.
Yet Lavrov struck a softer note on Donald Trump himself, praising the president's blunt style and deal-making focus, while noting his frustration with the slow pace of resolving the war.
US President Donald Trump has said that he is disappointed. While I cannot say that I know him well, I have communicated with him several times and have formed an impression of him. It seems to me that his disappointment is partly due to his desire for quick solutions. He constantly emphasizes the global conflicts that have lasted for decades and in which he has tried to play a positive role. He believes that these conflicts can be resolved quickly. This may be possible in some cases, but hardly in others.
That disappointment came into full view in England. At a joint press conference with Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Trump admitted that President Putin had really let me down.
The one that I thought would be easiest would be because of my relationship with President Putin, but he's let me down. He's really let me down. It was going to be Russia and Ukraine, but we'll see how that turns out. But that turned out to be, I thought it might be among the easiest of the group, but we had settled just about every conflict.
Trump boasted of solving 7 wars during his term, but conceded Ukraine is proving far tougher. He insisted peace would eventually come, even as he expressed deep frustration at Putin's role.
But you never know in war. You know, war is a different thing. Things happen that are very opposite of what you thought. You thought you were going to have an easy time or a hard time, and it turns out to be the reverse.
Zelensky, meanwhile, countered Lavrov's insult with action. Touring outposts in Donetsk alongside his commander-in-chief, Oleksandr Syrskyi, the Ukrainian leader declared his forces had liberated 160 square kilometers of territory and captured nearly 100 Russian prisoners.
Since the start of the operation, our warriors have already liberated 160 square kilometers, and over 170 square kilometers have been cleared of the occupiers. We have significantly replenished our exchange fund. We already have almost 100 Russian prisoners, with more to come. 7 settlements in this direction have already been liberated, and 9 more cleared of Russian presence.
Zelensky went further, claiming Russia had lost 200 to 500 troops, including 100 to 300 killed, in Ukraine's latest counteroffensive. His frontline presence was a direct rebuttal to Moscow's claims that he was only acting for show.
Russian losses just since the start of this counteroffensive in the Pokrovsk area alone in these past weeks are already more than 2,500, of which over 1,300 Russians have been killed. Ukraine is rightfully defending its positions and its land.
For Moscow, Zelensky remains a circus act. For Kyiv, he is the wartime president on the front lines. And for Donald Trump, Putin is no longer a trusted partner, but a leader who has let him down. 3 clashing narratives, propaganda, diplomacy, and battlefield reality, now collide in the struggle over Ukraine's future.